Shalom, my friends. Today, we are going to talk about the power of silence. In a world that screams at you to share everything, to be authentic by broadcasting every thought, every feeling, and every meal, I am here to tell you that this is a lie. It is a trap designed to make you weak, vulnerable, and easy to control. The Torah teaches that true power, true holiness, and true wealth are built in silence. There are certain things that are so sacred, so potent, that to speak of them to the wrong people is to destroy them. Today, I will reveal the 5 sacred spaces in your life that you must never share with anyone, except under very specific conditions. This is not about being secretive. It is about being wise. It is about protecting your own spiritual and financial destiny. But first, a question that requires some courage to answer. Have you ever shared a dream or a plan with someone, only to have them pour cold water on it, and then, mysteriously, you lost all your energy for it? Or have you ever shared a problem, hoping for sympathy, only to have it used against you later as gossip? Be honest. Share that experience in the comments below. Your story will be a powerful warning to others. Before we build these sacred walls of protection, I need you to join our mission to spread this ancient wisdom. We are on a mission to reach 50,000 subscribers, to create a global community that understands the power of what is said, and the even greater power of what is not said. If you are ready to become a master of your own destiny, then do your part. Hit that subscribe button right now. Join this sacred family, this mishpacha. And listen, for those of you who are ready to learn the deepest secrets of how to build in silence, I have something extraordinary. I have opened enrollment for the Torah Millionaire Business School, but I must warn you, it is closing very soon. For just $299, I will unveil the full Torah wealth system, the same 3,000-year-old Jewish money laws that were passed down in whispers from father to son. This is the inner circle of wisdom. The link is in the comments below. If you feel the call, do not wait. When the door closes, it closes. Now, listen to me. The modern world has a dangerous obsession with sharing. It has confused transparency with wisdom. It has confused public confession with personal growth. Your social media feed is a constant stream of people sharing their victories, their struggles, their family problems, their financial goals. They are like a city with no walls, open and vulnerable to every passing enemy, every stray dog, every gust of wind. They have no sacred space. They have no inner chamber. And as a result, they have no real power. They are spiritually and emotionally exposed, and they wonder why they feel so anxious, so drained, and so unable to build anything of lasting value. I learned this lesson in the most painful way possible. In my first business, I was an open book. I was young, naive, and I believed in the power of mastermind groups. I would share everything. My biggest dreams, my most ambitious financial goals, my most innovative strategies, and even my personal struggles and fears. I thought I was being vulnerable and authentic. In reality, I was being a fool. I had one person in that group who I thought was my greatest supporter. He would praise my ideas, encourage my dreams. But behind my back, he was taking my strategies and using them to build a competing business. And he was using my fears and my struggles, which I had so foolishly shared, to sow doubt about me with our mutual contacts. By the time I discovered the betrayal, it was too late. He had hollowed out my business from the inside. I had not just been robbed of my money, I had been robbed of my own creative life force. I had given him the keys to my holy of holies, and he had desecrated it. Here is the fundamental problem, the common enemy. You are treating sacred things as if they are common. You are taking the delicate seeds of your future and planting them in the public square, where they will be trampled on by fools, eaten by birds of jealousy, and scorched by the harsh sun of public opinion. You are taking the private, intimate details of your life and turning them into public entertainment. The world tells you this is strength. The Torah teaches that this is the ultimate weakness. The hidden mechanism is a deep Kabbalistic concept, the power of ayin hara, the evil eye. This is not a superstition about curses and spells. It is a profound spiritual and psychological truth. The evil eye is the negative energy that is generated by another person's jealousy, doubt, or even their simple, well-meaning but low-energy thoughts. When you share a fragile, unformed idea, a new business, a new dream, with someone who is not 100% aligned with your success, their energy, consciously or unconsciously, can poison the seed. It can create a spiritual blockage. It can drain your own passion and conviction. The energy of a dream is like a newborn baby. It is incredibly powerful, but also incredibly vulnerable. You would not hand your newborn baby to a random stranger in the street. Why would you do that with your dreams? The cost of this oversharing is a life of unrealized potential. It is the graveyard of 1,000 brilliant ideas that died before they ever had a chance to grow. It is the pain of seeing your own plans and dreams being lived out by someone else who had the wisdom to work in silence. It is the humiliation of having your personal problems become the subject of public gossip. It is a life where nothing ever seems to get off the ground, where you are always full of great ideas, but you have nothing to show for it. You are a tree that is all leaves and no fruit. Now let me show you the Torah's master of strategic silence, Joseph, Yosef HaTzadik. Joseph's story is a tale of two sharings. In the beginning, as a young,
arrogant boy, he shares his dreams of greatness with his brothers. What is the result? They are consumed with jealousy, and they throw him in a pit. His sharing almost gets him killed. He learns his lesson in the darkness of that pit. For the next 13 years, in slavery and in prison, he works in silence. He does not share his dreams. He does not complain about his problems. He builds, he serves, he masters his craft. And then, when the moment is right, he is brought before Pharaoh. And what does he share? Not his own dreams, but God's interpretation of Pharaoh's dreams. He makes himself a channel for a higher wisdom. And in that moment, he goes from being a prisoner to being the viceroy of Egypt. He learned that what you keep silent about is just as important as what you say. That devastating betrayal in my first business was my pit moment. I realized I had been acting like the young, foolish Joseph. I had been casting my pearls before swine. From that day forward, I made a vow. I would build my next venture in silence. I would protect my dreams like a lioness protects her cubs. I would not speak of my plans until they were no longer plans but realities. And that discipline, that sacred silence, was the secret ingredient that allowed me to build my fortune. Now, let me give you the 5 sacred things that you must learn to protect. These are the walls of your inner fortress. 1. Never share your big dreams and future plans. This is the lesson of the young Joseph. Your biggest dreams are the most fragile seeds. They need to be nurtured in the dark, fertile soil of your own heart and mind. Do not share them with anyone unless they have a direct, necessary, and trustworthy role in bringing that dream to life. Like a spouse, a key business partner, or a mentor who has proven their loyalty over years. Sharing your dream with a casual friend or a family member who doesn't get it is like asking a goat for gardening advice. They will eat the seed. Work in silence. Let your success be the announcement. 2. Never share your deepest problems with the wrong people. The world tells you to talk about your problems. This is terrible advice. The Talmud teaches, "Do not appease your friend in his hour of anger, nor comfort him while his dead lies before him, nor question him in the hour of his vow, nor strive to see him in his hour of degradation." There is a time and a place. Sharing your problems makes you feel lighter for a moment, but it can make you permanently vulnerable. 70% of people are secretly happy you have problems, and 20% will use them against you. Only 10% truly care. You must learn to identify the 10%. Share your problems only with 3 types of people: a professional who is paid for their discretion, a therapist, a lawyer, a doctor, a true spiritual mentor, Rav, or a spouse who has proven over decades that they are your unbreakable ally. To everyone else, your answer to "How are you?" should always be "Baruch Hashem, thank God, everything is wonderful." 3. Never share your good deeds. This is a hard one. When you do a mitzvah, a good deed, especially an act of charity, tzedakah, the ego desperately wants to tell someone. It wants the credit. But the moment you share it, you have taken your reward in this world in the currency of public approval. The great sage Maimonides, the Rambam, teaches that the highest level of charity is giving anonymously to an anonymous recipient. When you give in secret, you are not just giving money, you are creating a powerful, spiritual connection directly with God, with no ego involved. Your good deeds are your private treasure, stored in a heavenly bank account. Do not withdraw it for the cheap thrill of a few likes on social media. 4. Never share your family problems. Every family has problems. As Tolstoy famously said, every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. But these problems are a sacred trust. They belong inside the 4 walls of your home. To share your spouse's faults or your children's struggles with an outsider is a profound act of betrayal. It is inviting a stranger into the holy of holies of your family.
It undermines the trust and the unity, achdut, that is the foundation of a strong family. Problems between a husband and wife should be solved between the husband and wife, or with a trusted rabbi or therapist. To complain about your spouse to your friends is to poison your own well. 5. Never share the secrets of your success. This is the most counterintuitive one. The world tells you to share your secrets and give value. And yes, you should teach and inspire. But you must distinguish between the what and the how. You can share what you achieved. You can share the general principles. But the specific, hard-won, proprietary how, the secret sauce, the unique insight, the killer algorithm, that is your private property. It is the inheritance you will give to your children. It is the competitive advantage that God has granted you. Joseph did not teach the Egyptians how to interpret dreams. He simply gave them the interpretation. You are not obligated to create your own competition. Teach the principles but protect the proprietary methods. That is not selfish. It is wise stewardship. These 5 areas, your dreams, your problems, your good deeds, your family life, and your secret sauce, are the 5 courtyards of your personal holy temple. You must guard the gates with your life. So, here is my challenge to you. The 30-day Sacred Silence Challenge. For the next 30 days, you will practice the discipline of holy silence. Here are your 3 immediate actions to prepare. 1. Identify one dream or project you are currently working on. Make a vow that you will not speak of it to anyone for the next 30 days. 2. The next time someone asks you, "What's new?" resist the urge to give a detailed report. Practice the art of the short, positive, and
vague answer. Working on some exciting things. God is good. 3. The next time you give charity or do a good deed, feel the ego's desperate urge to tell someone. And then, consciously and deliberately, crush that urge. Savor the secret joy of a good deed done in silence. Remember the promise. Your power does not lie in what you share. It lies in what you have the wisdom to protect. Your life is not a reality show. It is a sacred text. And the most important parts are written between the lines, in the holy silence. As King Solomon wrote in Proverbs, "He who guards his mouth and his tongue guards his soul from troubles." Your mouth is the gate to your soul. It is time to post a guard. Shalom, and may you be blessed with the wisdom to speak, the strength to stay silent, and the profound peace that comes from building your life's work in a sacred, protected space. Amen.